my plans, and today I will be sharing brand new daily duo from Erin Condren. And so I would like to thank Tori and the team at Erin Condren for sending this to me. And so in this video I will go over the daily duo, what it comes with, my thoughts on it, and how I'm going to start using mine right away. So when you take it out of the box, my box came damaged, so I just took it out. It does come with this card that says welcome to your new daily life planner duo, and then mine came in this packaging. I didn't get any personalization on mine, so I'm not sure if they all come in the packaging, but mine came packaged together, and I'm really excited for this. So I got the gold metallic layer cover with the gold coil. And so when you purchase the daily duo, if you do upgrade your coil, it does, you do upgrade both and you pay for one. So that's one nice thing that Erin Condren does. If you do want to upgrade your coil, you don't have to pay. It is $10 to upgrade your coil to a different color. So the rose gold, the black, or the gold. And they didn't charge extra for the other. So they just charge you that one time $10 for it. So yes, I'm going to take this out of the packaging and we're going to jump in and take a look at these. Okay, so you do get the Our Gifts to You in here. And then one thing that Erin Condren does, when you do receive your daily duo, if you do order one, this card actually has your free interchangeable cover code on the back. So when you order the daily duo, you only pick one cover. So you pick which cover you want, and you can get it personalized any way you want. And then they automatically send you the second life planner with the colorful layers interchangeable cover. And then on the back of this card is your code so that you can get another one when you want to start this new one. And so it does look like the expiration date on this is the 30th of April. So you pretty much have an entire year to get that second interchangeable cover. But make sure you don't toss out this card because it will have your code on the back. So one thing I do want to mention is that the daily duo doesn't come with the mid-century circle storage box. So you do get this when you order a coiled life planner. You also don't get this when you order the binder. If you do want one, you do have to purchase it separately. Which I think it's strange that they didn't include this in the daily duo because you need to store this one. So to me, I think it makes more sense to include the storage box with the daily duo. Maybe that's just me. But luckily I picked up a couple of extras on launch day, and so I'm just going to keep mine in the storage box. You can purchase these. I think they're like $6.50. I know they're somewhere under $10, and they're very pretty. So if you do want to store yours in a storage box, you do have to purchase it separately. But that's one thing I did want to point out. A couple of other things I want to point out besides, I got the interchangeable cover, I got the code. It does come with two rulers, so you have one for each one. So here is the one for the first one, and then the one for next year is in here. You also get the same pages in all of them, so each one does come with the sticker sheets as well as the folder. You don't just get half of, or only one set of one, so each one does come with that. And then you do just get these two planners. And so I will show you all the size comparison to the coiled life planner. So this is the coiled life planner I got my mom for Mother's Day. Luckily I still have it. So it's on the same coil as the life planner, and it looks like it's about the same in width. This is the 12-month life planner. So width-wise, it looks like it's pretty similar. And so these do retail, and the starting price is $68. If you want to upgrade the coils, then that is an additional $10. And if you want a cover like this, that is an additional $5. And so based on your customizations, just the starting price is $68. But anything else will be an extra charge. So the $68 to me sounds like a good price point because you get double the pages. Yes, it's for 1 year, so this is a year's worth of planning, but it's double the pages. So you essentially get 2 life planners worth of pages, and I think it's a fair price because you do get double the pages. Like, this is the exact same size as one life planner, if not, you know, give or take the exact same size, but you get a second one. And so for on Erin Condren's part, I feel like they could have charged more, in my opinion, just because you still get that also the same, it's the Mohawk paper, like you don't lose the quality, you get the same tabs, and you get more pages. So the price point to me sounds right, but that again is just my opinion. And so I'm going to jump inside of one of these. So I'm going to grab the first one. So this one is going to be from July 2020 to December 2020. And so when you open it up, you get the vellum, same as in the Life Planner, because these are Life Planners. So you get your daily Life Planner page. This one is from July to December. And then you get mini months. And so because this is 6 months, you get 6 boxes, and then you get your mini months over here with some notes on the side, and then on the back you get the next year, which I think is actually pretty cute. One thing that I kind of wish that they did on this page was, instead of giving us next, 2021, making this the no page for July. I personally would have rather have seen that, because if I'm only using this for 6 months and I already have, the other planner, so if I want to set up my, what's going on in 2021, I could have done that easily in this planner, and that way I don't have to copy it over like I would have to do in here if I would use this page. And then in the second one, it looks like they have all of 2022. And personally, I don't want, like this one is January through July. Since I got July through December, this one is January through July to make that 1 year. So in July, I'm not really going to be planning for 2022. Like I personally would have preferred having the note page here as opposed to the full next year, since this is only 6 months at a time. And I personally think more people are using this as a secondary planner, similar to like how they use the daily petite planner. But I know some people are using this as their main planner, so that would make more sense. I'm personally going to be using mine for work, and so I would have much rather have the note page. And what I think I'm going to do is take a note page from one of my notebooks and probably tape it in here, so I have that note page for July, because I'm not going to use this personally. But you do get your current months with those 6 months boxes, the next year, and then you get into your months. So the Daily Duo only comes in colorful layers. It doesn't come in the Flower Power, and it doesn't come in neutral. This is a new product, so because it is a new product, they're just sticking with one design, which totally makes sense from a business standpoint. And they did their main theme, which also makes sense. But I personally would have preferred neutral, but probably next year, if this goes well, which I think this one will go well, because I feel like I saw everybody ordering the Daily Duo on launch day. So hopefully we get a neutral next year. But you get the colorful layers, and so you get your monthly quote, just like in the Life Planner. You get your monthly spread, and then you also get the monthly overview page. And these are the exact same pages that are in the coiled Life Planners, which is really nice to have, especially if this is your main planner. You don't lose out on that functionality. And then you get into the daily spread. And so I am personally excited to use this. Like I mentioned, I will be using this for work, and so I currently use the Daily Petite Planner binder for work. So here is the daily insert from the binder, and so it is very similar to like how they did the Life Planner this year. They did bring half hours back, and so it goes from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. On the daily here, you get 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. Like I mentioned, I use this for work as well. So because I am using this for work, I don't mind that it ends at 7 p.m. I shouldn't be working past 7 p.m. anyways. I sometimes do, but that's because that's my own decision. But for the most part, because I am using this for work, this ending at 7 p.m. is not a big deal to me. If it was personal, I'd probably miss it going to 9 like I do in the Life Planner, but that's just a personal thing again. But this does have the half hours in here, which I know a lot of people are excited about to write in. For work, for me, I personally prefer to have that half hours in here. I feel like it makes more sense in the daily, since you are going to put more information in your daily planner than you would your Life Planner, or at least in my opinion. I would put more on my daily pages than I do my weekly spreads, and so having the half hours in here makes absolute sense. The one thing I absolutely don't like in here was having the month up here. And I feel like they did that in a petite planner like 2 or 3 daily petite planners ago, and then they got rid of it in the petite planner, but they brought it into here. I might be wrong. I don't use the daily petite planner, so I'm not sure, but I feel like I saw that happen, and then they got rid of it in the daily petite, and they didn't do it in here, but they did it in the daily duo. So again, I could be wrong, but I feel like that happened. But I don't like the space here, and I did share my feelings on Instagram because I will always share honest reviews with you guys, and a lot of y'all mentioned like you like it because you can put like birthdays or events or different things going on up here, which I absolutely agree, and that's probably how I'm going to use it. But I just think it's because I love the way that this is designed. I love the way the daily inserts for the binder are designed. So I like how they have the today and the to do, and then up here you have that box where you can put birthdays, national days, holidays, whatever's going on, and you still have your month in the corner, but it's just out of the way, and you have this box to jot notes. And to me, it makes more sense with this layout, and I really wish they would have done this layout. Personally, if I was designing this, I think having this up here would be great. Moving the to do up here so it's kind of even, like they have this here, it's even. And you can still put like national days and stuff up here or washi tape, and then moving that calendar down here I feel like would have been a better spread in my opinion. And again, that's just my opinion. Obviously it's not a deal breaker because I do have it and I will be using it for work. I love using the daily inserts for work. They're the best work planner I've ever had. But I just personally wish that it didn't have this. But with that being said, I have a solution for that I will share with you guys more towards the end of the video when I start setting this up. But that is the daily layout, and then that is how the layouts are for the weekdays, and on the weekends you do get that combined weekend. And so let me grab the daily binder insert again. And so here is the side-by-side comparison of that. And so I do like that it's more functional and flexible here, so you don't have the checklist. You could write it in times if you need the times. You can make your own check boxes. You can just write if you want to write. It's definitely more functional and flexible on here. I do like the way they did the weekend setup. And you have more space at the bottom, which I think is really nice. I think that they gave you a lot of room to work with in here. If you just compare the binder insert to here, so this is pretty much half of the room for the days, which gives you more room to write and take notes, which I think is really great. So that's one thing that I love that they did in here. The only thing I just wish they didn't do was the calendar, but again, not a deal breaker. But yeah, that is the daily layouts, and then you just have everything. And so you have each day, and you have your monthly note page for the rest of the months, again, just not July. And then I think, and so if the month doesn't end on the second sheet, it is underneath the next tab. I know that's something that people have brought to my attention that they dislike. They do have that in there, but that's also because if they would do that here, so like for example in September for the 29th, you would have to have the 30th here, and then you kind of have like a double note page, and it wouldn't be the exact same. Like on this month you would have, you know, double the notes, but on another month you wouldn't have, like you'd have a single note if it didn't end, you know, if it ended on here, if that makes sense. So they do carry some of the days into the next month, and that's just because of how the layout is. To me it makes sense, and I personally don't mind it, but I know others feel differently about it. But to me it makes sense that they want to have it consistent throughout the book, so you get that one note page here and then that one quote page here. It makes sense to me, but I know a lot of people dislike it, but I feel like that wouldn't make sense for them either, so I don't feel like that's something that they would change. Again, I'm just, you know, for my personal opinion, that's what I think, but they eventually could. They could also eventually, you know, make each have the weekends have their own like hourly day, which I think would be great as well. I know most daily planners have that double weekend, but again, I'm using this as a work planner, so I personally don't mind. Like, that's fine. I occasionally have work events on the weekend, and so I'll use that for that. But other than that, I just use these for I just use these for additional lists. So so yeah, but you get your 6 months, and then in the back, I believe you only get a few note pages. So you have the 31st of December ending on this page, and then you have 2 note pages. You get your quote, and then you get your stickers, and then you get your folder with a perpetual calendar. And then in your second one, let's see what we have back here. So if you got the academic year like I did, so they started July off in June because it ends on that month, or because it has that page. So you do get the 1st of July in here, and then you get 2 note pages, quote page, more stickers, and then the folder, and you only get 1 perpetual calendar, which makes sense. But you do get 2 rollers. But yeah, that's the Daily Duo. And so here they are side by side. And I think that's everything that I wanted to point out and cover. But yeah, that is the Daily Duo. And then I'm gonna figure out how I want to start using mine. So I know a lot of people have started to use the Daily Duo and they moved in early, and people are doing different things. I don't know what I want to do. So I've seen a lot of people move into the January one, so they use the second one because May starts on the same day that January 1st starts on, and it has the same amount of days in the month. But then February works up until the 28th, and then you don't have that 29th or 30th of June. So that's when you start getting into troubles if you want to start really moving into this and using this right away. What I think I might do, I want to see how April looks. Since what's today? Today is the 6th. So it's because I don't need it to start, right on the 1st. Maybe I can start using it from the April. I'm sorry, today it is May. It's not April. Moving to May. Today's May 6th, and so that is a Wednesday, so it's only a day off. So I don't think it would be affected too much if I moved in to the May. So let's see. So the easiest way to move in is to find either matching days or to start on the day that you need to start. So don't look at the number, look at the day. And so if this is the 6th, then this will be the 31st. So then that's all of May. So you can easily move in to May. You just need some date dots, which is an easy thing to find. I have plenty, so I'm going to be grabbing some date dots. But I also want to mention that, as I mentioned, I don't like this calendar, and so it's going to bother me if it's there, especially since it's the wrong month. So either way, if you start moving into it right away, you're going to need to cover up that calendar, unless you want next year. I don't want to use all of my white out again because I feel like I did that a lot with the kaleidoscope. All I did was white things out because I didn't like the design on every page. And I don't want to overuse stickers because this is for work. And so I don't need that many stickers because this does stay on my desk. I do leave this open so like anyone can see it, and I don't want it to be overly colorful. Then I won't always, I don't carry my stickers on me to work. Like right now I'm working from home, but I'm thinking like long term, how am I going to cover this up? And so I went to Target after I bought this, and I grabbed these rectangular labels. So these are self-adhesive, kind of like shipping labels. And so you can use shipping labels as well if you'd like. And they are 1 inch by 2 3/4 inches. And so all I'm going to do is take one out. And these are only $1.99 at Target, I should say. So this is also the most cost-effective way. Again, I'm using this for work. I don't want to put too much money into it. But it also makes it simple to just take your label and cover up the month. Oh, looks like you're still gonna need some whiteout, and I lost my whiteout. It's not quite big enough, which is fine. I can white out that little bit. If you have packing labels that are slightly larger than an inch, then it would be perfect. But you do just have those 2 little months. But again, that's perfectly fine. So I'm gonna go through and I am going to cover up all of these months. Okay, and so although it is May 6th, I am going to backdate to Monday, and that way I have everything that I need for the week in here. And so as y'all can see, the labels do a really good job of covering up the month. And so I just need to white that out, but that is already saving me a lot of whiteout. Yeah, so I lost all my whiteout. So that is going to have to be 30 and 31 for right now until I can get some more. One thing I am going to do is, since I do have these additional pages here that I don't need, I'm not probably going to use the monthly view either, because I don't use it in here, like, to be completely honest. So I'm just going to clip these to the tab, so the tab opens up here, and then we're going to keep that there. And then now I'm going to grab my date dots, and this is the new Mid-Century Circle Stylus storage box. I have a video coming out this weekend on my new planner cart setup and how I'm using these and put these on my cart, so I'm really excited for that. But I'm going to grab my date dots from Erin Condren, and if I haven't said it yet, I'll link everything below, including the rectangular labels. But $1.99 at Target, most cost-effective way to cover this up, and least time-consuming way. But we're gonna take some date dots, and oh, I should have ordered date dots. So luckily we have enough for 1 month, and so I'm only gonna be able to set up May with you guys. But let's see, this week started on the 4th, and there we go. And so I'm just going to take these date dots and go throughout here and change the days. And this is why I was saying that if you want to move it early, make sure that you change it to the day itself, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, not the date. And that's just so everything lines up perfectly, because if you go by the number, then you'll have weekdays and the weekend spots. Normally it doesn't make a difference, so because of those weekend spots, you want to make sure that you change the date, not the day. And it looks like I don't really need that white out, minus that 30 and 31. It's doing a great job. So I'm just going to be putting these in, but I do want to wait until we get to the double day before I fast forward, so we can see how well these covered up without whiteout. I should have picked up whiteout while I was at Target. Oh well, so you will need whiteout, but if that doesn't bother you. Like I said, this is for work, so I'm going more for functional. So I don't care if it doesn't fully cover up the month. If I had the whiteout, I would absolutely white it out, but I'm not gonna not do it because I don't. So we're just gonna keep going. Okay, so these dates do look a little rough towards the end, but it's perfectly fine. But yeah, other than that, I think that's gonna be it for this video. I think that's everything I wanted to cover in the review, and as well as how you can easily move in, especially if you're more of a functional planner and you don't want to use too many stickers. All you need are these, or slightly larger ones of these, or whiteout. And I really need to order whiteout. I'm not going to leave this like this. I will go through once I find or buy whiteout and cover up the 30 and 31, but this is a really easy method to instantly move into the Daily Duo if you want to order it now, try it out now, or use it now. But yeah, other than that, that is gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I found a whiteout, and so I want to quickly insert this in here. Here's what it looks like if you white out the 30 and the 31st. So it does look really nice with just the label. So I'm going through and covering up June because I forgot to do that. And so I'm going to do it off camera, but I do just want to point out that the labels do cover up June perfectly. So you don't need any additional whiteout.